Lafia, it is Abundant Lei back with another daily collective read. I hope you had a wonderful, fabulous, miraculous day so far. If you would like to book with me, you can do so at my abundant.lay118@gmail.com email or through my pin site listed in my bio. Make sure to like, to comment, and to share me with a friend. Let's get to it. All right, so we have split deck. Ooh. So we have innovation in reverse and success upright. So it says career success is within reach. Your hard work and dedication are being rewarded and significant progress is being made. And creative blocks may be preventing progress or the routine of your job is stifling your ability to innovate. I feel like you're going to be very successful collective, but I think right now, unfortunately, you just feel like there is like a lack somewhere in terms of like staying on the up and up when it comes to creativity and innovation and being like creative and new and more fun and untried ways. Give me 1 second. Sorry, there's a piece of hair on me. So I kind of get that makes you feel a little bit like hesitant, but don't worry about it. It's something that's going to work through soon enough. I think it's just honestly a phase that you're in right now. Okay. And let's see. Perfect. All right. Independence in reverse. It says our reliance on others is hindering your ability. Over reliance on others is hindering your ability to stand on your own. It's time to reclaim your autonomy with decision making in reverse as well. It says you may feel indecisive or anxious about making the right career choices, leading to delays or missed opportunities. All right. So that kind of makes sense, right? You're not taking on your own independence. You're becoming interdependent on someone else. And so it's hard to kind of make decisions when you are relying on others to kind of give you insights on what to do, right? We don't want to do that. All right. What we have here first is intimate relationships. So it says our intimate relationships are deepening, creating strong emotional connections that provide security and fulfillment. I feel like you have been building some very, very, very beautiful connections in the more recent time phrase. And because it's like you're so happy that these new relationships are here, you're kind of not doing the things that you need to do to maintain your own independence, right? You're kind of merging, and that's okay. Sometimes when you start a new relationship, you're so excited. You just want to be, up under that other person and learn so much about them that you forget that why they like you and why they love you and why they were drawn to you in the first place is because of who you were, right? Who you were, how confident you were, how strong you were. And so you slowly lose bits of yourself, right? It's okay. This is just that wake-up call to tell you, hey, pause for a second. You know better than this. It's time to focus. You can build healthy relationships and still maintain healthy relationships with yourself, right? Where you are currently, we have friendships in reverse. So it says a friendship may be experiencing difficulties or growing apart. More communication or boundaries may be needed. See, you're neglecting your other relationships because this one more intimate relationship became like the focal point of your life. So you're neglecting your friends, you're neglecting yourself, right? And it's because you're just hyper focused in this one space. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a beautiful thing that you get excited and you kind of are like, I want to put my attention into this because it's new and it's fresh and I want to make sure I'm giving it adequate time and attention. But in order to build a healthy relationship with anyone, there needs to be healthy boundaries, right? You should not be completely available to this other person. You need to be able to create some distance so that this other person can understand and you are your own person. They are their own person. It's okay for you to have separate lives. It's okay for you to meet and greet when you need to meet and greet. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But you also want it to be building a healthy, steady flow in that connection. Because you're neglecting yourself, you're neglecting your other relationships. And while this one may be thriving, the other relationships are not. Or also this one may start to not thrive as well. Because if you're creating unhealthy boundaries here, are you able to continuously maintain that for the long haul? I'm going to honestly say probably not, because it's creating an imbalance. So there's going to be disparage somewhere in the future. So this again is just that wake up call, right? If you notice that you're like, hey, I really haven't seen my friends or I haven't been doing stuff, pause, reset. Hey, let me make sure I'm honoring all these relationships and let me reevaluate if I'm setting healthy boundaries in this romantic one. Because there's nothing, again, we want you to be able to build healthy relationships with partners, but we want it to, again, be healthy. It's unhealthy if you're giving all your time and attention to that relationship because you're going to really lose yourself and you could destroy other relationships. We also have emotional healing, in reverse. So it says unresolved emotional trauma is still influencing your relationships. Past pain has yet to fully heal. Yes, I think it's probably a result of maybe in a past relationship, right? You were so hyper-focused on your friendships that you neglected your friend. You were so hyper-focused on your friendships that you neglected your partner. So now you're trying to overcompensate. And you're like, in this next relationship, I learned from my mistake and I'm going to fix it. But then you're doing the opposite of what you did in the past relationship, where now you're neglecting your friends, but then you're hyper focused on the person. And again, it's still an imbalance there. It needs to be healthy. We need to focus on making those healthy connections with people so that we feel fulfilled in ourselves by taking care of ourselves while honoring that relationship, but also honoring that relationship, being close to our partner, building love and connection with our partner, and feeling like that relationship is thriving. Also having that healthy balance in our work life and with our friends and our family, right? You can do both. You don't have to choose one or the other. You are 100% allowed to do both. All right, let's see. Let me get this a quick little shuffle. All right, we got fruits of labor and many choices. So it says it's time to reap the fruits of your labor and become rich. Rich gain is here with many choices. Opportunities abound when you are in a dilemma. All roads lead to Rome. Look at all your options. See, you have so many other amazing things around you. But like I said, I feel like you've just been hyper-focused on the one. But here's the thing. You are supposed to have plentiful fruits, right? Plentiful things. So in terms of relationships, if you take a step back and look at it from that aspect, if I'm good at maintaining relationships, I should have many healthy relationships, not just one. Yes, when I'm building my garden, right? And I first am starting on that plant, maybe I do give it a little extra attention in the beginning, but the purpose of it is I give it a little extra attention because again, it is still a plant. Plants need exactly what they need and nothing more and nothing less. So if you're putting too much time and attention to it, does it grow to this potential? No. Trees take years, sometimes decades, to reach their full potential. And still, sometimes they're still growing and still moving. So that tells you that when it comes to you building something healthy, there's going to be a lot of different things there. To build a healthy relationship, you have to find balance in being able to do enough for every single relationship. And then if there's problems, right? If something's going on, the plant's not thriving as well, or as I'm saying, plants, but you get the point. Relationships are not thriving as much. Then we might pull back from some other things to put more focus into that, get it back into balance, and then go back out. But what I'm really highlighting from this energy here is that there is a need for you to find that healthy balance. There should be plentiful of healthy connections around you. And if you're finding that there are not, it's because you've been doing some disadvantage balancing. Okay. Ooh, that was kicking my butt. All right. So we have a love affair and opportunity. Okay. So it says a new job opportunities, change of workplace or business trip. Change is coming just in time. You may be taking a trip that's going to support your business. This is going to be really fun. And I'm getting that just because of this, but also if you see she's working solo. So these things maybe like you go from a time when you're meeting solo and then you meet up with friends. Now, here is something that's kind of giving you a little warning. Love affair, okay? It says beware. Love affairs at work rarely end well. Don't lose your mind. I feel like there is a chance that during this work trip, you could potentially meet someone that is a coworker. Please do not start a relationship with this coworker. Please, please, please do not. It is not going to end out the way you think. While it may be fun and flirty and a good time in the moment, once you leave, remember, you have to go back home. And we just talked about this, right? You become intimate in this. Now the friendship is destroyed. Now there's this part of you that's not healing because it's reminding you of a past relationship or a past connection. And you're losing your independence because you're trying to put so much time and attention into making this thing work, but it's not something that's meant to work, right? And then you are struggling to make the right decision because now there's these blurred lines. So for my people that may be doing that, hey, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm just giving you the advice. Go ahead, take this opportunity, have fun. But if you're just flirting with a coworker, just flirt. Don't take it past that point. Let the fun just be the fun in the moment and leave it there. All right, I love you guys. Mwah. Till soon.